What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and most importantly, please make sure you follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group to help circumvent social media censorship and shadow banning. With the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today, we have to head back to New Venezuela, formerly known as New York City, but this time not to speak on the migrant crisis, but to speak about the mayor of New Venezuela, Eric Adams. Why are we talking about him specifically today? Because it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Adams is ready to make America great again, and he is officially, or at least on the borderline of being America first. Now, I know you guys are thinking, oh, this is some clickbait nonsense. No, 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 no. As you can see by this headline here, I am for America. Mayor Adams doesn't rule out switch back to Republican Party. Now, as opposed to me reading this article, I will just let Eric Adams speak for himself. When this question was posed to him on whether or not he will reconsider becoming a Republican again, when he was being interviewed on a local New York City news outlet. So let's get into this video clip right now.
Consider rejoining the GOP.
The party that's the most important for me is the American Party. I'm a part of the American Party. I love this country. This is the home of the free, the land of the brave. My 19-year-old nephew died on the fields of Vietnam, protecting what this city and this country represents. And that's the party I'm going to always be a member of. And I did it as a police officer when I wore that bulletproof vest for 22 years. And I'm going to do it with this blue suit as the mayor of the city of New York.
All right. Well, we are looking forward to your meeting with the so-called border czar next Thursday. In the meantime, Mayor Adams, First Deputy Mayor Maria Torres Springer, thank you both for being with me this morning.
You tell me what Democrat talks like that. Okay. No Democrat talks like that with that type of pride and being an American, having family members who fought in the U.S. military, died in the field to protect the country. And then you have Eric Adams, he himself, who proudly wore his NYPD uniform, right? You don't hear Democrats talking like that at all. And he used very specific wording by saying, you know, I'm with the American Party. Okay. Now, this would not be something that is uncommon for Eric Adams to do. Eric Adams has always been a lifelong Democrat, right? But he did switch over to become a Republican in 1997. And he was a Republican from 1997 to 2001. I want to read a little snippet from this Wikipedia article so we can get a little bit more information on Adams concerning his history of going back and forth. Adams registered as a Republican in 1997 before switching back to the Democratic Party in 2001, according to the Board of Elections. Adams has said his switch to the Republican Party was a protest move against what he saw as failed Democratic leadership. I think it's more than safe to say that he's in that same boat again. He's literally in that same scenario when you're talking about failed Democratic leadership, particularly the Biden-Harris administration, that, in all honesty, they left Eric Adams out to dry. When the migrant crisis was in full force and all those illegal immigrants were getting bussed over to New York, you had Eric Adams begging for help, begging for finances, begging for resources from the federal government, particularly from the White House, just for Biden and Harris to essentially snub him, which then would lead him to critiquing the Harris-Biden administration very truthfully, which then led to Fed charges. And we all know how that's panning out so far. A lot of people like to highlight, oh, it looks like Eric Adams, he just wants to get his charges dropped. He wants some sort of a pardon too. I mean, let's be honest. Are you really mad at the guy for wanting that? You know, last time you got pulled over by a cop and he gave you a warning, did you say, oh, no, come on, officer, just give me the ticket and let me handle it out in court? You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's not really that big of a deal to me. It's not that big of a deal at all. But I really just wanted to make sure to highlight the history of Eric Adams concerning him flip-flopping back and forth. This isn't new. This is something that he will do. He will become a Republican if need be, especially if he feels like he's being snubbed by Democrats, or if he feels as if the Democrat Party is just simply failing. He would jump ship and say, you know what? I'm a Republican. Now I'm running with Trump. And he's been sending out a lot of dog whistles concerning this. I want to play a snippet or two, I should say, from the press conference that he did a couple weeks ago when he was talking about not caring about what people feel about him working with Trump and Homan. And he said, hey, you guys can go ahead and cancel me if you want to. I'm working with Trump and Homan to get rid of some of these illegal immigrants. Well, a lot of people overlook this section here when he spoke on Elon Musk and praised Elon Musk, right? So let's get into this clip right now.
We were a country and a city that led the globe in innovation. And look at us now. It's time for a change. And I've said this for years, and I'm happy that Elon is going to be part of those who are moving that change forward. We should not be afraid of Bitcoin. Remember y'all laughed at me when I first got my Bitcoin? Who's laughing now? Go look at my Bitcoin now. You all mock me. You're taking your first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. What's wrong with you? Now you wish you would have done it. you know? And so I am happy that we're having people who are willing to think outside the box to do the things we need to do. Why are we afraid of AI? We shouldn't be afraid of AI. China's not afraid of AI. We have been holding back. This has been a racehorse that wanted to run at its right pace, and we've been holding back that racehorse out of fear of being canceled. And now you have a bunch of people that are not afraid of being canceled.
Whew. Once again, what Democrat do you know speaks like that? None of them speaks like that. My man Eric Adams is America first at this point. He may not be saying it just intentionally and deliberately with that language, saying that I'm a Republican now, I'm a conservative again, I'm America first, but that's the language that he's clearly using. The language that he's clearly using. I want to play another clip from this because you see he was talking about Bitcoin, and we know that obviously Trump has put Elon Musk in his administration just to bring some efficiency, right, to how the government operates financially. And I want you to hear just a little snippet of what Eric Adams had to say about that.
This is inefficient. This is inefficient to do. And so I'm hoping he's going to examine all of the inefficiencies that we're seeing in government, because I came in with that same energy and spirit. We have been wasting taxpayers' money for far too long, and we need to stop wasting taxpayers' money. So his observation is the observation that I had, but we had no other choice but to do just that.
My man is fully on board with the Trump administration. Okay. And can nobody tell me anything different. Though it's unofficial, it's more than safe to say that Eric Adams is America first. Eric Adams, for the time being, seems to be now Republican, a conservative, unofficially. At least that's the language that he's using now. And we'll see how long he continues to use that language moving forward. But I don't see him walking that back anytime soon, or at least for another 4 years. Because once again, how long? What was the time frame again before we got out of here? He was a Republican from 1997 to 2001. So that's what, 97, 98, 4 years. He was a Republican for 4 years. So, I mean, we might have another 4-year window of Eric Adams being a Republican again. And it kind of seems like it's already begun. It looks like it's already begun. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I'm going to thank you guys for joining me today. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. And also don't forget to follow me on Telegram at Rumble at TD Media Group. Both my links to Telegram and Rumble will be in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time. And until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.